We're ready to go.
Okay.
Let's do this shit.
Yep.
No, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready right now.
Okay.
What's up,
Oh.
Fuck, you threw me off with the motherfucking high five.
Well, I know.
Now you're going
Usually you do the high five, and
now you're only getting 4. High 4. You're like.
I don't know.
What's up, everybody? My fucking voice is popping and shit. Like I finally went through puberty. Yes. Yes. Baby, my balls dropped. My fucking balls dropped.
Let me tingle them.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Chad.
And I'm Brittany, and we're the new tribe, and we're bringing you the new, real.
That's right, guys. Most of the time, you would hear me say something clever or something funny or something like that, but I'm kind of pissed off right now, guys.
Yeah.
I try not to bring negativity into our channel.
No.
But we were suggested to, or pointed in the direction of,
From one of our OGs.
yes, and thank you.
You.
To read the Rolling Stone article that prompted the song we're doing tonight. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, that's NF Paid My Dues. That's what we're covering tonight. And we did that before we've listened to the song. And regardless, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. I had to make a comment on the article before we started recording tonight.
That's how you know he's feeling some type of way.
If I take the time to do some shit like that.
Give a fuck about that kind of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It was, first of all, it was such a poorly written article.
Yes.
It was honestly hard to read.
Yeah, they could not separate personal and professional clearly.
Absolutely. And the fact is, and we were just talking about it before we started recording, the inability of that writer, whose name I think was Danny. I don't know the last name. I wouldn't say it on here anyway.
Yeah.
But he obviously had the inability to separate personal preference from professional critiquing.
Yes.
And you know, I don't think that everybody should blow smoke up everybody's ass and be like, oh, that was great stuff, man.
But
and then they walk away and they're like, oh, fuck.
I do think everybody deserves respect,
They do deserve respect. And now it's one thing for an artist to give constructive criticism to another artist or something like that. But I just find it almost unbearable and hard to stomach when, you know, you listen to journalists and stuff like that. Just people, even people that are in the industry that don't do the craft, just tear somebody's art and somebody's project down
when they have
because
no
they didn't because they didn't like it.
Right, and they
you know
have
no
idea what it takes to do that craft.
Right. And that aside, because a lot of people...
And even if they could, and they did know, you don't know how to do that person's specific craft.
Well,
everybody's got their own style.
And that aside, because a lot of people will come in and say, oh, well, that's, you know, constructive criticism. That's, you know, that's their right as a journalist to write their opinion. First of all, it's a prestigious magazine like Rolling Stone.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm not saying that they got to sit there and tickle balls and stuff like that if it's something that they didn't care for at all. But this guy had so little of anything positive to say in this article. It was almost like a personal attack.
Yes.
And for he basically, guys, and I'm going to quote a couple things on this article real quick.
And he sat there and just compared two artists, and NF, you know, obviously sold more than this other artist.
Yeah.
And he was basically, you could tell he was kind of feeling some type of way about it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he's obviously a Chance the Rapper fan, and maybe not so much in NF.
And that was part of my comment.
That's what it comes off as.
And I was kind of reading through the comments, and a lot of people said that at the same thing after I had commented. It's almost as if this guy's favorite rapper or his preferred rapper out of the two didn't get the top spot or didn't get his spot and was upset about it, because that's exactly how this comes off.
Yes.
Period.
It's like a journalist having a little tantrum.
Now, keep in mind, guys, I want to throw a disclaimer out there. We have not heard The Search yet. We have not heard this album. We are still on the Mansion album. Yes, we've heard most of his mixtape.
Yeah.
But I can tell you already that just from the talent that I've witnessed off of the material that we have heard, there's no possible way that this album, the Search, comes anywhere close to what he's saying.
Yeah, and people have told us that he just gets better each album.
Absolutely.
So, and I can see that because we're going over the mixtape too, and it's amazing. But he was amazing on the Mansion album as well.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And he does talk about real life shit and real life emotion, and some people just cannot handle that kind of shit. They just can't. They want that fun shit that that you want to escape from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, he even,
which is fine too,
goes through so much as to kind of bash on Tommy Prophet, NF's producer. As far as, let me quote the article here. It said, while Chance's music eagerly hops between genres, NF's production palette offers little beyond melodramatic, heavy-handed orchestral flourishes, and cavernous reverb. His co-producer, Tommy Prophet, has made music for TV shows like 24 and Quantico, and it shows. That's, first of all, that makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever.
He's obviously implying that the music on those shows are terrible.
And he's implying that first of all, I'm a connoisseur when it comes to music, and I have yet to hear one beat produced by Tommy Prophet that I have not liked.
Yeah, we comment on it every single
time
we hear about how great the damn beats are, and the production and the engineering and just everything.
Absolutely.
And what's funny is he says Chance the Rapper jumps between genres and keeps it fresh, basically, and that
that's
NF doesn't.
Exactly what NF
does that constantly.
Crosses so many genres. Yes. Sometimes it's hard to even remember that I'm listening to a rapper. I don't even necessarily classify him as a rapper because he's such a good artist.
Yes, he's so versatile.
It's kind of what made me fired up, guys, and I know we're kind of going long. We're going to get straight to the music here in just a second. Yep. But what fired me up the most was in the next paragraph of the article. I'm going to quote this as well. It says, stylistically, NF bears an uncanny resemblance to Eminem. The undulating cadences prone to blow like a volcano at any given syllable, the impulse to put pedal to the metal and rap at top speeds, the audacity to raid the thesaurus for words like compliancy in order to satisfy a rhyme scheme. They even wear the same hat. Then that's it. I'm not done with this yet. I'm going to stop and comment on this part real fast. First of all, to have undulating cadences prone to blow at a volcano at any given syllable would normally be a fucking compliment to most artists, especially rappers, but this guy's directing it as a diss.
Yes.
The impulse to put pedal to the metal and rap at top speed, to be able to change gears and switch levels and still make it sound as dope as what NF and Eminem and these people can do is another something that should be considered a compliment, but this guy looks at it like it's not. And since when is compliancy a tough word?
Exactly.
Like, did you not finish grammar school? You know what I mean? Why do you have to have a thesaurus to look up compliancy?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I know what that means, and I've never looked it up.
And the fact that he even goes so petty as to say they even wear the same hat. I'm sorry. If somebody else, I guarantee you, owns this same hat as me.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I bought it at a big box store. I think I bought it at fucking Dick's. Does that mean I'm just like everybody else that wears this hat? This article is so poorly written, so poorly researched, it's ridiculous. But what really set me off was where he says, yet Eminem's tendency towards the profane gives him dimension. NF's PG swear-free raps flatten him. So he's basically saying that because Eminem says fuck and shit and stuff like that, that gives him dimension. But because NF's morals allow him to not do that, that it flattens him. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. And I love cuss words.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Obviously.
Like, it just, that's literally, it's almost so dumb, it pains me to even speak on it. But as.
Words are words, guys. You can, anytime you put any kind of emphasis and passion behind them, that's why we use cuss words. They're sentence enhancers.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And NF can do that without cuss words.
Absolutely.
You know, and it doesn't matter if you cuss or not, you can still get the same point across. You know what I mean? And NF does that well.
Regardless, guys, I know that most of you have probably read that article before. If you have not, feel free to go to rollingstone.com, check it out, and go down.
There's so much more that's just
go down in the comment section and tell him to go suck himself, because it was the dumb. Hopefully, this guy is end up getting fired or something in the future, because that was just the. I'm not even saying that because I like NF. I like both NF and Chance the Rapper. I just think it's so unprofessional to go to the levels that he went to go beyond constructive criticism and do personal attacks, comparisons that made no sense whatsoever. And he obviously didn't listen to the album or have the intelligence or know-how to go deep on an artist and look beneath the lines and into the bars to what he's actually saying.
I mean, he talked about his depression and how it's so negative. His music is just so negative compared to Chance the Rapper. And he
went so far as to make fun of, that's the way I took it, how he puts his balloon bouquet as a metaphor. How that's just
a great
how
metaphor.
That's just lame. And I just fucking it just literally it irritates the shit out of me, guys.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. We're gonna stop with the negativity on that point right there. I just wanted to take this time to say that because I think it was
constructive criticize him.
Absolutely. I think it's
this is how you do it.
So important for just humans in particular, just flat out humans, period, to have enough respect for somebody that if you're going to give criticism, make it constructive. It doesn't have to be
personal.
It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. You don't have to like it. That isn't. But do you have to go so far as to tear somebody down because you don't like it? Is your opinion that important to you?
Your opinion's not facts.
The fact that people go beyond and say that is almost narcissistic in ways.
It is.
Because your opinion is so important to you that you feel you have to tear somebody down personally to get your point across with a platform as big as Rolling Stone. On that note, I'm going to say a big fuck you to the writer. It's just retarded. All right, guys. Today we've got...
That's the problem with the world.
NF paid my dues. Apparently this was a response or has some direct correlation to the Rolling Stone article.
This is the best way to get that shit off your chest too, and to prove them that, hey, that shit ain't gonna tear me down.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna come back better than ever because I'm gonna use that as motivation to top you even more.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You ready, baby?
Yes, let's do it.
Bam!
Bye.
Don't get me wrong, shock media like Howard Stern, stuff like that. I've always been a fan of people like that. They have, but when you go so far as to put yourself out there to say stuff like that, it just has to stop.
You deserve to get your ass beat.
Ain't that right, man? Pull up. Fucking pull up, boy. Keep writing your shit. All right, let's do this, guys. Enough Jack in the Jaws. Let's do it.
Okay, NF paid my dues.
And it's a video.
Woo!
Perfect.
Let's show him, NF.
Clicks, 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 they'll do anything to get a few. Tick, 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 that's the sound before my head explodes. Quick, 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 look at you up on your pedestals. Quick, 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 hear the critics come, it's time to go. I read your article, it kinda hurt me. I don't know who hired you or what your friends say in your circle, but the fact that you released it tells me two things are for certain. They get paid for trashing people, I get paid cause I stay working. Drop the search and emerge up out of nowhere to the surface, just a peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens. I'm aware I shouldn't give this my attention. Life's a journey, I should just stay on my path and learn to laugh. You think they heard me? Ears are burning, put them out. Quiet, quiet, look around. Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about?
All right, guys, I'm gonna stop it there.
About that article.
I didn't want to stop it there, but he's saying so much, guys, and
need to touch on it before we go on to something else and forget it.
agree with him on both fronts because it's really hard to walk that line, Johnny Cash, to walk that line between being the bigger man and being the bigger person and just laughing it off and responding. And I think he's doing the 100% right thing in this to respond to it, even though I haven't heard the whole thing, to respond to it because of the position it was in. Because if you spent your life responding to every criticism about you, that's all you're going to do, and you're going to drown in it. But the position that this guy was in, like we said before, Rolling Stone, that sort of platform, you know, it has to be touched on. And I come from the old school days.
Well, that's how you're going to invoke change.
Where respect was a thing that, you know, people pride themselves on, and you have to defend yourself. You know, you have to have
a backbone in this life, because they will try to stomp you down. They just will. You can't drown in it and focus on it so much that that's a way that you can drown in it as well. But you also can't let them tarnish your name like that in that type of way, in that type of platform. You have to, like he said, there's a line, and you have to know what's worth the attention and what's not. So it's a tough one, but I agree. I do think that this definitely needed the attention just because of how just low this guy went. And it was literally a personal attack. Like, did NF kill your dog or something?
I know, right?
Like, shit.
Must have banged his girl. It just sounds like it.
It's crazy.
But let's touch on the video real quick, guys. How long do you think he had to hang upside down and get these takes done?
I don't know.
I just makes my head hurt. Him hanging upside down like that. I actually had an inversion table for a long time because I had hurt my back, and I could barely use the inversion table for very long because
the blood rushes here.
Yeah, being upside down like that's crazy, and he's swinging.
I know.
You know how crazy that is. That's what. Yes, I'm telling you.
Props to him though.
Absolutely.
And people said he's an actor too, and we can totally tell in his videos. He gives it all. He gives himself, like all of himself, to this music, and that's why nobody should ever hate on a person like that. That's this passionate about something that they love and is actually helping people.
Absolutely.
Ears are burning, put them out. Quiet, quiet, look around. Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about? Us, we're kind of boring, aren't we? All we do is whine and pout. It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe I'm on a rampage. Hit 'em with the record release. Depending a week, I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They wanna see me taking out. Yep, see what I mean? How many records you gotta give you to get with the program? Take it for granted, I'm about to give you the whole plan. Open your mind up and take a look at the blueprint. Debate if you got it, but gotta hold it with both hands.
Holy shit, guys. That's what I'm talking about. You like how he couldn't resist the urge right there to put the pedal to the metal and get going? Oh my God, that sucks. That is just horrible, wasn't it, guys?
Terrible.
That is just terrible.
And you can actually, when he does it, you can actually understand what the hell he's saying. So he's got a real craft in that type of flow.
The man wouldn't be in the position that he's in. If he didn't
don't lie.
If he didn't have some sort of talent.
In this category, the numbers don't lie.
I mean, you can argue that and be like, well, look at somebody like, you know, these mumble rappers and this and that. Look at the numbers they do. That they're not without talent, guys. Just because they're not the best MCs or lyricists or whatnot, they've got talent at marketing. They've got talent at performing. They got talent.
The business side.
Yes, they've got talent to be in the position that they're in. They don't just, you know, go out there and throw racks at people because, you know, they stand up in front of the mic and sway back and forth. It's strategic. And for NF to be in the position that he's in, selling out above, you know, people like Chance the Rapper and other artists.
With this type of deep shit.
Absolutely.
You know, that's not mainstream.
And typical mainstream. And without cursing, if you guys want to, you know, if they want to put it on there like if it means something.
I mean, look at NF's fan base, guys. Like, that would not happen unless this guy, because we know their fans. We're friends with them now in this community.
Absolutely.
And they're some of the best people. Like, they're not dumb people that just listen to dumb shit.
No.
Like, that's, you know.
It's hard not to be insulted even as a fan of NF. You know what I mean?
Just as a human.
Yeah.
That's insulting because we're supposed to love one another.
Yeah.
And no, we don't have to like everybody. That's not how the world's supposed to work. But you can at least respect one another. You can love one another from a distance by respecting one another.
Absolutely. Well said, baby doll. Well said, baby.
When I'm over the beat, I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these heart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you wanna get to the root of it. Initial pursuit in the mental can be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end, if it can help you to get through it, I pay my dues. Made it through. Spread the news. I'm on the loose. Making moves. I need some room. Thought we's cool. Well, don't assume. Hey, I'm the truth. Oh, they want some proof. Yeah, don't be rude. Something new. Even when I lose, I make it look cool.
Yes.
So I'm fucking digging that he's working out with his burdens, with his balloons.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
That right there, the metaphor, just the power of that metaphor in itself is mind blowing.
I think it was too deep for that guy to understand.
Yeah, everything. I think the kiddie pool's too deep for that guy, and I'm not even trying to hate. You put yourself in that position to get hated on when you open up on somebody like that.
Most haters, they don't have their mind open enough to see what's really going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And most of them are threatened and jealous of a person, and that drives that hate.
So,
oops, sorry.
Throw this out there. Rolling Stones, the Rolling Stones, the band, had a song called "Pay Your Dues."
Oh, okay.
That article came from the magazine Rolling Stone, so he titled this "Paid My Dues."
Clever. See what I mean? This guy is intelligent.
The thought process and just
And
just
you
the
have to have
smarts to
passion
know
for
that
this,
kind
to
of
do
stuff
this.
and be able to put it in there like that.
He's seasoned.
Come on,
He's
man.
a seasoned guy that deserves respect in this type of craft.
I mean, NF fucking burned him with this title. You know what I mean?
And
He threw a burn on him with his title.
I love how he talked about, I express, what's going on inside and with my heart, but you have to do that to get to the root of the issue, to be able to heal. He's doing that to help other people learn how to do it themselves. So we can all heal together. That is so important. We need more people like him.
Absolutely.
I'm the truth. Oh, they want some proof here. Don't be rude. Something new. Even when I lose, I make it look cool. Do the show, then we hit the room. Wife is looking, oh, what to do? I don't need the shades up to like the view. It's time to get back in the swing of things. When my life crashes, I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene. I'll take ownership and own it and raise my hand if it's me. Just remember though, I'm only a man, I'm a human being. Don't they see? Shoot the breeze, I'd rather just stay discreet. People claim they're in your corner but leave you in times of need. They don't listen, do they? What? They don't listen to anything. I'll accept advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Look, costs are high, they multiply, they cause divides, I'm forced to fight. The poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite. It killed me twice, they rigged the lights so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise.
Holy shit, man, this guy's got bars,
See,
dude.
he's talking about what I just said. He does this. He goes in his mind and gets deep with his emotions. He goes face to face with those tough emotions and turns it into art so other people can be inspired by it and inspired to do the same thing, because you do have to face your demons to be able to actually beat them.
Yeah.
You can't just avoid them and just act like nothing's going wrong and just have an escape. You know what I mean? Like, the fun shit.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to go in and fight those demons yourself, because nobody else can do it for you.
Yeah.
But he's helping you. You can at least have a friendly person that can assist you in that.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't even know his fans personally, and he's doing this for the world. That's what the world needs right there.
So if anybody knows, I don't know if this is the same article that people were referring to, where I guess apparently he was referred to as a one-trick pony or something like that. I don't know if there's another one out there, or if there's multiple. I'm sure the guy has had his fair share of hate.
Yeah, anytime you start getting successful, that's when they start coming out of the woodwork.
So let me know in the comments, or shoot us an email and let us know if you know of other articles, or if there's a separate Rolling Stone article or something like that we don't know about, because
it really does fill in the
blanks,
the understanding of what
absolutely
why he wrote this.
Yeah, with her, Lisa, that is. Thank you so much, by the way. Pointing this out to us, and we had a couple people in the past mention to go and check the article out too. That helps out a lot
It really
with
does.
being able to hear the context of what he was going after in this song. You know,
Yes,
other
we
than that, all
appreciate it so much.
other than that, all it did was get my blood pressure up. So it's, you know, it is what it is.
Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line too close and I could improvise, I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize some record lives. You better give me your attention, the undivided. My dose, made it through, spread the nose, I'm on the lows, making moves, I need some room, always cold, well don't assume, hey, my dose, made it through, spread the nose, I'm on the lows, making moves, I need some room, always cold, well don't assume, hey.
Nice.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
That was really freaking good.
Yes, it was. Especially after we just read that article, it really set the whole tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
actually.
Yeah, we're here
that
for the
was-
BTS mail.
That was actually really freaking good, guys.
Yeah, it
I appreciate you guys telling
Yes.
us to check this one out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, everybody, you know what time it is.
It's time for Bar of the Day.
Bar of
and
the
this
Day.
one's gonna be hot.
That's
I
right,
feel
guys.
it.
If you don't know what bar o the day is, apparently I'm Irish today.
Hashtag BOTD.
It's Bar o the Day
Yep.
at the bottom of the rainbow.
That went a little hillbilly.
I don't. Well, I don't have much of an Irish Irish accent, so we're just gonna go. You know, we're gonna go gutter with it and just act like I do. How's that sound, guys? Bar of the day. I'm gonna tell you mine. She's gonna tell you hers, and we're gonna tell you why.
Yep.
And then it's your turn to go down in the comment section, hashtag BOTD,
Yep.
and let us know, guys.
Yep. And I want to see all the real NF fans show up for him on this one because
Absolutely.
he did pay his damn dues.
Absolutely.
And he did not deserve that article to be written about him at all.
You goddamn right,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Send him some positive love.
I'm gonna go first this time because my bar is actually before hers.
Yep.
And plus I'm way prettier, so we're gonna beauty before age. Or wait,
I'm an old soul.
that's right, guys. All right, here we go. Mine is the bar where he says, "Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They want to see me take an L." Yup. See what I mean? There was so many bars I could have
Oh
picked
my
on this
gosh.
one. There were bars that were way deeper.
Yeah.
And there's a few that I was actually torn between.
I just picked the one that stuck out the most to me when I heard it.
I
what
wanted-
made me feel the most.
Exactly. I wanted to pick this one tonight because I'm kind of revved up about the unprofessionalism that was shown
Yep.
in that article, and
and
this
just how unfair it was.
and this really reaches out.
Because he really is just a human being.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This
Like,
really does reach out and kind of put the mood that I would be in, the mood that I feel, in his music, where he's
Yes.
talking about, how fucking good he is and how he feels when that beat's on.
Yep.
And how he
drives
knows
his passion.
he knows he's good enough. He knows he can go beast mode on a beat that this guy just knows nothing about, and
Yep.
it basically boils down to there's people out there that no matter what you do, they just want to see you lose.
Yep.
And he says at the end, "You see what I mean?"
Yep.
And because he knows,
I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed.
I know
They try to be thieves of joy.
he wants. I know he knows he's good. He knows he's got talent. You know what I mean? You have to on that level.
Yep.
I'm not saying this shouldn't hurt and piss him off, because I'm sure it would.
Yeah.
But he puts it out right there
Yeah.
that he knows how good he is, and he knows that this is just them wanting to see him lose.
Yep.
And he even ends it with the you
He
know,
flipped it on
look
him.
at this article, you see what I mean.
Yes.
Love that shit, guys.
I do too. That's the way you come back after something like that. If you're gonna, give it attention, you flip it on them.
Absolutely.
You call out the facts about what they're really doing, not what they're trying to portray it
Absolutely.
as.
All right, guys, let's listen to that bar. I'm going to take it back just a little bit so you guys can catch it, because this is the part where he so carelessly put the pedal to the metal and took off. All right, here we go.
Release depending the week, I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go in the beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They wanna see me taking out. Yep, see what I mean? How many records you gotta give you to get with the program?
Just the fact that he was doing chopper with still a bit of the stutter flow in it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just that wasn't
This
just
guy,
your
he's a top dog.
that wasn't just your basic, da 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 da.
No.
That he put,
Like I said, he's got articulation.
Yeah,
in it
he
too,
put-
and emphasis.
he
still.
put stutters and pauses still in
Yes.
a chopper flow.
Yes.
That shit takes talent, guys.
Yes, it does.
That's not stuff that I even did. You know what I mean? That shit takes talent. It's just another style and another side of him, guys.
Yeah, which he obviously has tons of layers.
Layers, that's right.
Yeah, I love
All right,
it.
my darling.
My darling.
Okay, baby doll. Your
Here I
bar
go.
of the day.
All right. Mine is to pick up the bars. You got to be smart. You really got to dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the mental can be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end of it can help you to get through it. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, obviously I didn't do it as
Well, obviously.
crisp
And
cool
guys,
as his cat.
those of you might say, there might be some of you that are like, oh, well, that's more than a bar. It's
the
okay.
way he writes, it all gets infused.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
we might include the before and the after
Yeah.
because we want to. We're big on looking at the bars a little deeper than just listening to them and just the punchlines
it's
and stuff
meant
like that.
for.
So sometimes you have to
Yes.
include the before and the after to get the context.
Yes, that's what it's meant for. When you really are this passionate about music,
Yeah.
you don't just listen to it for enjoyment. You listen to it because it makes you feel something on the inside.
That's right.
And you want your mind blown by how deep this shit goes.
That's right. I listen to it because it makes me feel her on the inside.
Yeah. But I love how he said to pick up the bars, you got to be smart. That's a straight insult to this guy.
Boom.
Like you
Burn.
don't. Like that's what I was saying about this guy. He's just not deep enough to understand the metaphor of the balloons and stuff and the burdens. He's just not. Because there's so many different points that you can make about that
Yeah.
and the metaphor of
Yeah.
that. And then the same thing, you gotta be smart to get these bars. Like you have to be able to go deep. You have to go inside and go to your heart, which is where your emotions are felt, and you have to be able to get to the root of those emotions to figure out the
Yeah.
issue and get through it. And like I said earlier, he does this to help people open their eyes to that so they can be, maybe inspired to face their own demons.
Yeah.
And get through the shit like he has. He's not writing this because he feels that way at that exact moment. Maybe he does sometimes, but most of this is stuff he's experienced.
Yes.
Not necessarily going through in that moment. He talked about how he went to a show and then he hits the road and then he goes to the room with his wife and you don't have to close the shades to appreciate the view kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that shows right there he's enjoying his life.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean just because he writes about this stuff, it doesn't mean that he's just in a dark room of depression and just miserable. He's
Yeah.
doing this for other people to help other people get through their dark times.
Yep, both
Everybody
ways.
has
It works
dark
both-
times.
it works both ways. And this is a therapy
Everybody
for
has
him.
dark times, and some people they avoid it and they keep repeating the same cycles over and over again.
Yeah.
And then it's a woe is me type of person.
Yeah.
Or if it's the other person that wins in life and gets to the next level because they face that shit. They're courageous. They're strong. They face it and they get through it and they get to their next high.
All right, let's listen to the little ladies' bar of the day.
Yeah.
You gotta hold it with both hands. Pick at the bars, you gotta be smart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you wanna get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the mental can be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end of it can help you to get through it. Hey, my dudes, made it through.
I love that shit. How the dude was literally
He's hyping himself up, too. I love it.
Yeah, that was another thing that we didn't touch on was how dope the hook was. I think he
Yes.
did a really good job on that hook. That
Yes.
it definitely went with the song. It and the beat. was dope too. Tommy Prophet, you know, didn't sound like any fucking episode of 24 I've ever seen.
I don't even know what that is.
You know what I mean? It's just not. It's just, it is what it is.
And everybody's
you know?
got their own personal preferences. You can't hate on that from a personal standpoint,
right?
And kind of diss other people. That's insulting all of his fans too.
That's
that like that
That's
stuff.
what I said earlier.
That's making
it's
it
hard not
sound like you guys are idiots.
It's hard not to take it
and
like
you're
that.
mediocre and shit like that.
Yeah, it's hard not to take it. All right, guys, now it is your turn. Get your asses down in the comment section. Hashtag BOTD. Let us know what you think. And like my lady said, come out in force, guys. Let us know what stood out to you and how this made you feel. You know what I mean?
Let's show NF some respect. Let's show him some appreciation.
Yes, if you read these articles, if you've been a part of that and this song, let us know down in the comments and let us know with the hashtag BOTD.
Let's vent together.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing better than to vent together. My lady! All right. You good?
Yep.
All right, guys. One thing I did notice that I'm going to say before I sum this up is I'm assuming this he released a while ago because this did have a 2019 date on it.
Yeah, the video. The music video.
The song was from it said it like over like a year ago or something like that. So I don't know if maybe he just pre-released this because of that article and then included this on the mixtape or what.
Probably.
But regardless, the fucking video was fire. I loved how he went at the article and played off of what they said. It's a true MC. This is basically, you know, his ether to that Rolling Stone guy.
They turn the hate into motivation.
Absolutely.
And to make themselves that much more great. Hate is one of the most motivating things.
Hate will make you great, baby. Hate will make you great.
As long as you see it like that and you don't take it personally.
That's right.
And you have to see it for what they're really doing.
All right, guys. Now it's your turn to go to the subscribe button and press that one as well.
And ring the little bell so you know when we've got shit coming out because shit is hot. It's hot, hot, hot right now.
That's right, guys. We would appreciate everybody to like the video.
Or dislike it. Doesn't matter to us. It's all about the perspective in life, guys.
That's right, guys. Just make a decision. I want to express how much you guys mean to us and how much we do appreciate all the support. We appreciate all the OGs coming out to the premieres.
We talk about it just when we're not even doing this stuff.
Absolutely.
Because it literally is so moving to
Absolutely. Guys, we're already pushing, like we should be at 600 by the time you guys, over 600 subs by the time you guys watch
That's crazy.
this video.
We've been going for 2 months.
We've only been doing this for a couple months now, and we took a couple weeks off even in the middle of that because we got sick and all that. So we really are just getting our feet in the water, and you guys are making it amazing, and we want to always take the time to let you guys know that.
Yeah, we love y'all. We truly do.
Absolutely,
love
guys.
Y'all.
All right, guys, the next thing you're going to see is Tom McDonald. We are going to kind of go back and forth a little bit.
They both are really deep people that speak a lot of truth about a lot of real life shit. So I feel like they're kind of going to go hand in hand. And from what I've seen, there's a lot of NF and Tom McDonald fans.
Absolutely.
So people can appreciate both artists.
And
that's fitting for us.
The next NF you guys are going to see from us will be back at the Mansion album. And we are almost concluding that. I think we've got Paralyzed next. I think we've got Paralyzed next, maybe if I'm right. And then we've got one or two after that. And guys, then it's on to his next project, and we are super pumped about it, guys. I'm actually sad that we're ending one of his projects because that's just one more that's behind us. But on the bright,
he'll always keep making great music.
That's what I was gonna say. On the bright side, now we get to listen to this stuff on full rotation and don't have to wait so long to check it out.
Yeah, because we are actually impatient.
All right, guys.
We'll be patient for you guys.
We will see you guys tomorrow night, and I guarantee you tomorrow night our video will be just as
real. Peace, guys.
Later.